Hello again, everybody. This is Rocket Rick J18, and today I'd like to talk to you about some pickups that I've had over the course of the last maybe 10 days, 2 weeks. And most of the cards that I'm going to show you today are connected with sets that I'm working on. Two sets in particular, 1952 tops, which I am some distance away from completing. I'm a little over half. I have to count up. I should count up and see how, what it is exactly. And the 62 top set, which I am working on I don't know what you call it. I think they call it a super set. And that involves the numerous green tint variations in the second series, along with some errors and variations in the throughout the set. I do have all the regular cards, and so it's a matter of getting these variations and errors in the set. So the other cards are connected with either some other non-sports cards that I'm interested in particular flags of Ireland, and also some other baseball related items that are not necessarily connected with a set that I am building. So the other sets that I'm working on, I don't have any cards for this time. The 1940 play ball, the 1941 play ball, 1935 Gaudi. Those are all sets that I am working on. The 1961 new card scoops, baseball scoops set. Those are all sets that I'm currently working on. The 1954 Dandy potato chips, or is it? Yeah, 54 Dandy. Then just some other miscellaneous cards. So, without any further falderall, let's take a look at some of these cards, see what you think about them. So, let's we can look at. Hmm. And here we go. So, the first card that I'm going to show is an Irish flag card. It is from uh, the Tops uh, Gum Company, TCJ, and they're printed in the USA. And this is flag card number 44. And let's take a closer look at that, I think. You can tell that by the English monetary unit, or the Irish pound rather, that the euro had not been adopted along with the European common market. So that's that particular flag that goes into my collection of Irish flag cards. And here is also another such card, and this is from the 1896 Cincinnati Game of Flags set. Uh, and here is the Irish flag from that set. And of course, being from before the Irish Civil War and the Easter Rising, the flag is the green flag with a harp, the Irish national symbol, and it still depicts Ireland as a part of the United Kingdom. So that's those are the Irish flag cards. Next is actually not a card at all. It's really something purchased out of a who's who uh, in baseball magazine, and so it's actually paper, not a card at all. This depicts Tommy Henrich in his third year, which I believe was 1939, and since it shows him in his third year, so I collect that because I'm a Tommy Henrich player collector, I guess, sort of. So that's that. Now the next cards that I'm going to show are oversized cards, so I'm going to have to back out a little bit, and we'll show the first card. These are in alphabetical order as they are unnumbered. This is a Gene Bearden from the 1947-66 exhibit set. Gene's with the Cleveland Indians in this photograph. The next is from the set that immediately preceded the 1947-66 exhibits, and you can tell because these are known as the Salutation exhibits because of the salutation somewhere down here at the bottom of the card. This one is Bob Elliott. And the next card is Jeff Heath, another Salutation exhibit. And here again is Tommy Henrich. And this is one of the 47-66 exhibit cards. And Tommy Henrich's, of course, a great right fielder for the New York Yankees during the DiMaggio era. And here is his teammate, the left fielder. This again is a Salutation exhibit, and it depicts Charlie Keller, the left fielder for the DiMaggio Yankees. The next card I have to show you is from the 47-46 or 66 exhibit cards. This is the relief pitcher and sometimes starter Ellis Kinder for the Boston Red Sox. Very instrumental in bringing the Red Sox within one game of a total of one game for the American League pennants in 1948 and 49. 48, the Red Sox finished tied with the Cleveland Indians for the pennant. The Indians went on to beat the Braves in the World Series. And in 1949, they won a 3-game series in order to do that, or lost a 3-game series in order to do that. And then in 1949, they finished one game out of first place to the eventual World Series champion New York Yankees. Here is another salutation exhibit, and it is George Snuffy Sternweiss, an infielder, outfielder for the Yankees during those great DiMaggio years. And finally, here is a 47 to 66 exhibit, printed in USA as opposed to made in USA. And this is Gene Woodling, who is, it's hard to tell what uniform he's pictured in. It kind of looks like a Yankee hat that's been airbrushed out. But Gene also played for the Senators during this time, and this may have been after he was traded to the Senators. Gene Woodling. And those are all the cards that I have collected that are not involved with a particular set. So the next card that I have to show you is a green tint card from the Babe Ruth subset. And let's zoom in a little bit more on this. There you go. And this is not one of the ones that it is quite as easy to tell is a green tint. You'd have to see it next to the the regular variation, which I think you can maybe tell that this is not quite as clear a picture. The green tints are not, and also it won't be positioned quite exactly. The negative wasn't positioned quite exactly the same in the printer, so there'd be some differences there as well. Next is the green tint variation of Don Demeter. This is card number 146. The backs are essentially the same on the green tint variations as they are in the regular variation. Don Demeter. Next is the green tint Wally Post, card number 148. Next is the green tint Bob Duliba, or Doliba. Not sure exactly how you pronounce his name. And that's actually a pretty clear image of what the card looks like. So it's card number 149. Next is the green tint variation for Johnny Klipstein. In 1962, he was a member of the Reds. He would very shortly after this photograph was taken become a member of the Philadelphia Phillies. And he was their relief pitcher for some years during the heyday of the Phillies in the early to mid 60s. Next is actually a regular version of Mickey Vernon. It is card number 152. And I can tell you that I discovered that I didn't have the regular version. I went through my basic set and discovered that I had the green tint version of Mickey Vernon. The little smudge right here in the card is actually on the was on the just the ink didn't get fully presented on the printer plate, and so as a result of which um, the plate did print blue ink in a straight line. Mickey Vernon, managerial card. Next is Pumpsy Green, card number 153, and this is the green tint version also. Again, it's mostly you can tell because it's not as crisp a picture. That's as clear as it gets. Next card after this is the green tint card number 154 of Lee Thomas. And here you can see how at least how the dirt is really not very dirty looking. It's has kind of a greenish hue to it, and the picture's not entirely in focus either. It's just a little blurry. Lee Thomas. Next is card number 155, and it is Stu Miller. Again, this is the green tint version. Stu Miller. The next card I have to show you is the green tint version of Merit Renew. And here you can see how the green colors are really much more prominent. And the other colors are just not, are kind of have almost a grayish cast to them. And he's not quite in focus as much as the regular issue would be. Merit Renew. Next card is card number 157, and it is the green tint version of Wes Covington. This guy was one of my favorite players when I was growing up. He came over for the Braves in the early 60s, 61 maybe, 60 maybe, whichever it was. He had a very unique batting style. He would start out with the bat in sort of the usual and customary position, and as he waited for the delivery pitch, it would eventually drop down into where he was holding it almost parallel with the ground. And then, as the ball was being delivered, he would get his hands in the proper position to begin his swing. He was a pretty good hitter, had some power, played left field for the Phillies when in these years, and along with Tony Gonzalez in center field and Johnny Callison in right field, they formed a pretty potent outfield trio. Wes Covington. The next card is not from the second series, obviously. It is the 7th series checklist. And this is checklist 7. You can see it's marked. And this is a variation, not of tint, but if you look closely at the checkbox, it is positioned lower on the page than either the numbers to the left or the name to the right. And In the other variation, the bottom of the box is more or less on the same line as the bottom of the numbers to the left and the names to the right. That's checklist 7. And the boxes, it also points out the boxes are white instead of yellow. And those are all of the additions to my 62 top superset. The next card that I have to show you is an addition to the 1952 top set, and I'm trying to get all of the cards from 1 to 200. So this means that I have to get Yogi Berra, and here's Yogi, and I'll get him positioned so that you can see the full card. It's in an SGC3, card number 191, and I think this leaves me with 2 cards left. One is card number 195, which is Mini Mignoso, and card number 187. I can't remember. It's a common card. I just wasn't available when I ordered my other 52 tops cards earlier, so I have to go back and pick that one up. Then that'll give me a run from 1 to 200, and then I will be embarking on cards number 200 through 310 to try to complete those. I have quite a few of them, but they're sporadic, not in any particular numerical order. Here's the back of the card. You can see that it has the eBay seal of approval for whatever that's worth. I don't really think it's worth much. It's already graded. I don't know why eBay feels the necessity to verify the authenticity of a card that has already been authenticated. So anyway, so they do. And again, whatever that's worth. So there's my Yogi. Looks pretty good, soft center somewhat, so it wouldn't be pleasing to Double D, and Dylan wouldn't like it so much. But it's plenty good enough for me, and has fairly good cornering, fairly good registration, and it's I think it makes all of the necessary attributes, or contains all the necessary attributes for the grade that it received. So that's what I have to show you, and I appreciate you tuning in. If you're not a subscriber, I'd appreciate it if you did subscribe. If you are already a subscriber, then I'd like you to press the like button and leave any comments that you might have on what I've shown you today. In the meantime, this is Rocket Rick J18 wishing that all your collecting dreams come true. I guess I should have gone out with showing my face, so for those of you who are interested, here it is.